Hi there, this is Kathy Crow here in Springfield, Missouri. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to do a cute little calendar project today. You're going to really love this one. This is an old one I've done. I think when I started Stampin' Up, I made this, and I actually sent this out to you, Freddie. This is the project that that was our first contact together. Today I'm going to do Days to Remember. And calendars at this time of the year are perfect to do. And I have a really hard time every year finding a one to print off, because you can get the little ones that fit. This is like the little pocket on this calendar fits a regular little sticky note package, you know, just the little ones, the regular ones, the ones that we started with long ago. And so you can find the little calendars that actually are the same size, but they never print out nice. Like this is one that I actually purchased on my cutting machine. And then when I tried to print it out, it didn't, it's fuzzy. And then I remembered, what a ding dong. Today I'm going to do, instead of just doing the calendar with some nice stamp set or whatever, get out your Days to Remember. This is actually still in our catalog. I don't know how long it'll be there, because this is the second go round for it. It's been there for at least 2 or 3 years. So it won't be there long, and it's great. Has everything you're going to ever want when you want to do invitations. And I got it specifically to do these little pocket calendars, but I've made cards with these, because then when you do the card, you can do a little calendar with the month that's their birthdays in and circle their birthday. You can do that for any holiday, any party. I mean, it's super fun to play with. And so I'm thrilled that they still have it in the catalog. It's a photopolymer set. I mean, I can't tell you enough about it. It's been used a ton by me. And I am going to, and it doesn't have any dies, so it's relatively inexpensive. This is actually a really great set if you were looking for a gift to give a stamper. She probably does not have this one, and it's fabulous. It has numbers. It has the other thing this set has that most sets don't. It has the kind of the setup for the days of the week are exactly what I want. Because I grew up as a Seventh-day Adventist, and we know that Sunday is the first day of the week. And of course, other people who do the calendars, like our typical calendar, always was Sunday is the first day of the week, right? Of course it is. But a lot of calendars now start out with Monday as the first day of the week. And it has that one too, if that's what you prefer. You can set it up that way. And so I'm going to show you today how easy it is to set it up. You can do a whole year's worth of little calendars and stamped and cut out with little cute things. Really quick and easy. Yes, I know you can print those off and cut them, but these are going to be nicer because the paper is cardstock. The inks are vibrant, and you can personalize it in a way that makes it really hard to do online when you're just using some program or whatever. You can do that, but you usually have to be more computer savvy than a lot of us are. Now, today's Stampin' Up! Day is going to be a little more relaxed for me because I don't feel great. Today is a day I'm kind of a little sick. I've got like a little cold going, a little headache, and so I'm not on the top of my game, so you'll have to bear with me. But I actually feel pretty good. It's just this little headache. So if I act a little goofier than normal, that's probably shouldn't surprise anyone. I'm going to put the camera down so I keep talking, so just stay with me. The last check phone, my phone has been not acting up, so I've been spoiled by it, because now that when it starts to act up, it's like, what? Why are you acting up? Because you haven't been. And yeah. So anyway, the last chance items, I've got them kind of written out here. Here, let me get I've already cut my project out, but I'm actually going to cut it again with you just so you can see what I'm doing. And let me move my little mug holder here. And I found that little yellow kitty. Did I tell you that last week? I still haven't used it. This is in the Fluffiest Friends. Now, we have online things available. When you go to the website, you're going to see something that says online exclusives. And you want to click on that and see what there is and do it regularly because they change things all the time. They put new things on there and it's always really cute things. I mean, I think actually, I think some of the online exclusives have been some of the nicest things we've had. Don't tell anyone I said that, but it's true. So Fluffiest Friends, this is a super cute stamp set. It has these little bee hives that I cut out of gold. I haven't used them yet. And so I've got my little copper branch ready to go. And so I'm saving these on my desk and they are sitting here reminding me that I still have work to do that I haven't done yet because I've been doing Christmas cards. What else have you been doing? Have you been doing anything but Christmas cards? I know that's what I've been mostly doing is Christmas cards. Okay, I'm trying to see where the glare is coming from. There is where it's coming from. I can't do anything about that. That one is going to be there. So I'm going to move my paper over so you can see my paper. This is what I'm going to be using on our cards today, or our calendar. This is the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. So when you hear me say DSP, it's the Designer Series paper. It's that Fresh as a Daisy. Boy, it's awfully, awfully cute. I have a whole pack of it here, only because when they had the paper sale just a little bit ago, I ordered another pack of it because I had used it all up. I mean, I don't usually use all the paper up, but in this case, I definitely did. So, anyway, that's why I have that pack. And I am looking at this and it's on my computer. It's not showing the exact same setup I've got on my camera. So I'm just going to play with it here for a minute. And yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize where I have like a whole lot of things scrolling at the bottom where Facebook's got information there. It's actually showing all that at the bottom here. So I have room here to show you stuff that I didn't even realize I had. Okay, well that works out fine for me. So I have scrolled up. If you want to find my website, this website, I am going to have to start paying more for it, and I'm not going to. So I am going to, I don't know, it might not be this URL in the future. It'll have Wix site stuff added onto it, I presume. But you don't even need to use this website if you go to it, though. That's the easiest way to subscribe to my newsletter. But I do have a link right on this Facebook page to subscribe to my newsletter. You can also find the link, I think, on my Pinterest page and probably the YouTube page too. I don't know. But the newsletter has tutorials every week for you and lots of ideas. So it's kind of a fun one to get. I want you to know that at Stampin' Up, they have new kits out that are really cute. And you're going to really love these. Now, I just have my dimensions for this project written down here, which you probably can't even read because they're scrawled, and I didn't really scrawl them in a way for you to see particularly. Let me see if I can shift some of this stuff around. But if you can't see it and miss them when I give them verbally to you, go ahead and message me, and I will write them out for you. And we're going to get going, okay? So I hope that you had a great Thanksgiving. Ours was really nice. We had a really nice Thanksgiving. Didn't eat turkey and stuffing. Jeff and I have kind of done with that. We've had that for so long. You know, I grew up where we had turkey for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So that's one reason I kind of got tired of turkey probably earlier than some people do. And when I tell my family members that, they are all like, what? Are you kidding me? We love turkey and stuffing. Can't believe you think you're tired of it. Okay, I still am playing with this. I shouldn't, because every time I get going on that, it just distracts me and I end up having to do more things to make sure everything's in the frame. So why do I even bother doing this? Only because I'm like a neurotic person. That's why. So I'm going to just keep playing because I can't. Okay, I'm going to stop. So this is my project here in Boho Blue. That's what we're going to assemble. But before we assemble it, I am going to cut one out so that you can kind of see how to do it. This is your standard 11 by 8.5 sheet of cardstock. And I'm using Moody Mauve or Moody Mauve, however you wish to say it. I say it both ways, kind of depending, I guess, on what I think my audience wants to hear, because I don't even really know what's more proper. But this little calendar will hold, like I said, that little sticky note and a little pen. It has a little pencil holder on it too. It's a super cute and easy project to do. And if you have it all cut out already for someone to do with you, then, you know, that just makes it all the easier. All right, so you're going to start out by cutting the back of your easel, and you're going to cut it 8.5 inches. I'm going to take my sweater off. I'm feeling like I'm going to get warm real fast if I don't just start with it off. So let me take my sweater off and throw it in the corner. Okay, so 8.5 by 3 3/4. So 8.5, you know, I just saw somebody said that they thought that some cardstocks were leaving their, you know, were fuzzier lines. 8.5. And so I'm going to examine my edges and see if Moody Mauve might be one of those, because there is a tiny bit of fuzziness there, and it is distracting when it does that. So that's 8.5, and we're going to go 3 3/4 now. Okay, 3 3/4. That doesn't, yeah, no, that does look right. 3 3/4. Okay, so we've got 8.5 by 3 3/4, and now we're going to score that piece, but save these because you're going to be using them. So we're going to turn it again and score on the long side at 1/2 inch, right there, 1/2 inch. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you to do. And so 1/2 inch, 6 inches, which is way over here. And then 7 inches. And then 8 inches. And that should leave you with just 1/2 inch here at the bottom. Okay, so we will set that aside and score it and all of that later. I mean, burnish it and all that. Okay, now I'm going to do the pocket, because the pocket is the bigger part. Let me see. I think I'm going to need to get another piece of cardstock. So I'll go ahead and just do the front out of this, because I'll need to. So 5.5. So that's your regular card size. 5.5 inches by 3 3/4. Okay, 3 3/4. This is just a plain front that you don't score at all, so set that aside. Get out another cardstock. You'll need another one, and I'm using the same colors. If you make more than one of these, you'll probably see how you can double up, you know, and have a different color, and you might like doing that. Kind of give you a little bit of a different matte on the back of that front piece we just cut, but I'm going to stick with one color for today. So now I'm going to cut this one 4 1/8, and I'm going to cut it all the way down the long way. So 4 1/8. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to cut it at 9 3/4 on this side. 9 3/4. So now you've got a 9 3/4 by 4 1/8, and we're going to score the long side of this piece. Okay, score the long side at 1 1/2 and 3 3/4 and 4 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to turn it and we're going to score the short side at 1/2 inch. I'm going to do the 1/2 inch on this side because it's easier for me to find it. And I've got 3 5/8, but you could always just turn it and also do another 1/2 inch on this side. It's because it's a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, so you could also have just moved it over, and then that should be the 3 5/8 is where that would have scored at, okay? Either way, so this is our pocket. This is our little pocket. We're gonna cut some corners off when we get to this one. I'm gonna set this up here. We want to do the little tiny pencil pocket. There's a little pencil holder, very small piece. We need 5 inches long. So let me grab. I don't think this is 5. It's close, but not quite 5. This is 5. We need it to be 5 by 1 1/2. So this is 1 1/2. So let's go 5 inches first. 5 inches by 1 1/2. 1 1/2 doesn't sound wide enough. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is. It's wide enough. 1 1/2. And then we're going to score the short side. So stay on this side. We're going to score it at 2 1/4. No, that's not right. It must be the long side. Because there's no 2 1/4 if you've done it that way. Yeah, I have it reversed. So 2 1/4. That's so funny. And 2 3/4. That's just giving you a little 1/2 inch fold right in the center. Now we're going to do the long side. And we're scoring this side, or the short side, I mean, at 1/2 inch. We're going to do a 1/2 inch again on each side. 1/2 inch, and then the 1 inch. Put it at 1 inch, and we'll do the other side here. Okay. Or 1/2 inch here. It's however you want to view it. We're basically coming up with a 1/2, 1/2, and a 1/2. Okay. All right, so now we are ready to do some cutting to get those pieces to all look exactly the way they should. So again, thank you for liking and sharing my videos. And you can find me on YouTube and share those too. Appreciate if you subscribe. And it just gets my page around Facebook a little bit more. You'll need your bone folder. Stampin' Up! Is going to have has a last chance items, and those things are never the bone folders. Those bone folders, these last forever, and are great little tools to have for paper crafters, but they never come on sale. I don't think they've ever come on sale. The only way you can get those on sale is by when we demonstrators have deals going on, and we offer you, like when I sell gift cards, usually you are getting a discount. Gift cards are for, you're going to take a, let me get my sample done here that I have here. We're gonna clip these 2 pieces right here. So you find your center where you did that, and you're just gonna clip so that those raise up there. And then when you buy a gift card for someone, you give you have to buy the gift card, you have to leave your email, and I will be emailing you, asking for the email of the person you are gifting the gift card to, whether it's you or someone else, because I'm looking for my little circle half punch. I've got a tiny, tiny circle half punch I need for this. They will be contacted then by email with the alert that they can order, something from Stampin' Up! Because you've gifted this many dollars to them and asking for that order. And then that's how I get that order, and they get what they want from Stampin' Up! But when you do a little gift card like that, you're oftentimes getting discounts from Stampin' Up! Through me, just because of the process. So I'm putting my little, this is like a retired little 1/2 inch circle punch, and that gives you that little circle there. Okay, so this is our little pencil holder. Let's go ahead and partially assemble it. And then it'll be ready to put on the card, or the calendar, I guess, is actually what I'm doing, the calendar. Can you believe it's already December and that it's going to be 2024 before you know it? Wow, it's shocking. Okay, so I'm going to put this together like this. You want to fold these to the back. So these that are on the front, those are going to be over the back so that it's just going to look a little bit neater and tidier. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. And then when you're done with this, you just glue this to the back of your card. It looks like the piece is just slightly off-sized a tiny bit. I'm going to take my scissors and just snip a tiny bit off of that backing. And then we'll glue it on. I've got all of my Christmas cards done, but I haven't mailed any of them. I feel like I'm getting those out really late this year. I think I normally have them done by now. Don't I? You guys that get them, do I? I know I used to try to always get them out like the very week after Thanksgiving. And then I kind of stopped doing that because I didn't want people to feel like they had to send me a card back. And I felt like I was giving them way too much time. And so then I did some years. Isn't this silly? This is how female minds work. Men's minds, do not work this way. When they do things, I don't know, they just don't think this way. But I didn't want people to feel obligated, to send me a card back just because I'd sent them a card. If they don't want it, a lot of people aren't doing cards anymore, and that's fine. I'm not trying to guilt anyone into sending cards. Now, I see when I glued that, even though it should have done it perfectly, it's sticking out a tiny bit right there. So when you see things like that, just snip it off. I could have clipped those so that wouldn't have happened, just those little corners, but I just forgot. So there we go. All right, so now I've got my front piece here, so I'm ready to glue that on. So the next few years after it takes a while for me to catch on, for one thing. So I decided, okay, I don't want anyone obligated, so I'm going to go ahead and just wait until the week before Christmas, like maybe a week and a half or maybe 2, because, the mail's slow at that time. It's got lots of to do. And it's still too big. I can see that back kind of sticking up there. It's so funny. Now, I'm going to take a pencil, or a pen would work, and push that down really hard because my glue will hold it great if there's some pressure to really get that to push against. But if there's no pressure, it kind of just lays there. And I've got a cute little Stampin' Up! Pen. Isn't that cute? That's going to fit right in there. All right. So we'll clip just to make sure it's evened up nicely. Because I don't like it when it's not. There. All right. Now that's looking a little bit better. It's a little roughed up, but not too bad. So there's the little pen part. We're done with that. Now we're going to take the pocket. This is the little pocket that's going with, that's going to hold the sticky note. So let's first of all fold all the burnish all the folds, 4 lines we just did. And so when I did that, I discovered, unfortunately, many people, now some people are fine with it, and they realize, okay, I got this card like at the last minute, which is a real bummer, because I would have liked to have sent her one, and I'm going to anyway, even though I know it's going to get there after Christmas. So when that happened, I thought, well, So I think the deal is that a lot of people don't send out cards unless somebody sends them a card, but they actually like sending out cards. It's just that postage is so expensive anymore that when at Christmas time, when you're spending money doing a whole lot of other ways as well, they don't send them out, but they actually do want to. So then I stop. I just stop overthinking. You're overthinking, and I stop doing it, and I send them whenever I get to it, and so now it's coming out much later. Now this pocket piece, you've got it all burnished where all of this folding is. This little top part is going to get cut off some. Okay, we are going to cut, we're going to take a die and cut this nice little half circle. And then the bottom part right here, these sides need to get cut off, okay? So I don't have a marking here, but you'll want to mark it so you know what's what, because this is just a little fold that's gonna go, and I need to mark this. And this is a part you're gonna have to watch this video to know, because I doubt that I'm gonna get this. I doubt this measurement that I'm giving you right now is not written down. So this is 3 1/4 inch down, okay? So just find your 3 1/4 inch marking right here on your ruler. Okay, make a little line from there to that score line, and then do it on this side as well. Okay, so 3, line it up really good, 3 1/4 of an inch, and mark that. And now I've got it marked on both ends, so I can go ahead and line that up. And then I'm just going to draw a line there, and then those edges get cut off just right there. Okay. I did get cards from a friend one year who she said these are her. I think a lot of people do this now. These are my New Year cards because I just never have time to do Christmas cards, so I do New Year cards. Have you ever done that? I did. When I got them, I thought she is so brilliant. I am going to do that too. That is so smart, because during some years when your children are home and in the home still, it is very hard to get everything done. And I thought, that is brilliant. I didn't even know you could do that. And so she is so smart. Anyway, I have done that, and that works too. All right, now I could take a die. Do I have a punch that works like this? I might. Let me have a peek at my punches really quick and see if I have a punch that will work. Because I have an abundance of them. I might have a Starburst when I do. So I think I might... Oh, I forgot. I cannot use my punch. You have to use a die, because otherwise it's just going to cut... It'll cut it the wrong way. So I have to use a die. I know I have a die that's going to work for this. It's just a matter of me finding it. Now, we have a ton of dies with circle edges. We've got the deckled ones. We've got... Oh, you know what we've got right now? We've got this wonderful oval one. Where is that one? I bet it's right here at the front. Here somewhere. Oh, where are you? It comes with the Meandering Meadow set. Where are you? I can't believe you're not right here, because I've been using you so many times. And I forget what it's actually called. Huh. Well, where are you? I must have it out, because I'm not seeing it. That is so bad. That is exactly the one I want, and of course I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. No, that is not it. That's my old window one. That's not it. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to just grab something, because I am not seeing the one that I actually wanted to use. So, in that case, that is so bizarre, because I know That oval window one, that would look so good with this. What is that set called? It's called Meandering Meadow, but my dies are called something different, aren't they? Are they called Meadow dies? I'm just not seeing them at all. I'm going to have to get out my layering circle because I know it has the edge that I want, but I do believe that Meandering Meadow with the oval window, you could use that oval window. It would look really good. Maybe it's over there on my shelf. So since I have my I don't think they sell layering circles. I don't think they have for a long time. Now you're gonna want to make this part is gonna actually fold down like this. And so we just want to cut this edge off, and we want to cut it here to here because the edges of this pocket are going to be coming off anyway. So I'm going to find a circle that's going to fit that. So the circle needs to have its outer edge to where these folds are. So whether you're using a die, I mean a punch, I mean not a punch, that's a little on the big side. Let's get the next size down. If you have these, you could use stitch circles, layering circles, you could use ovals, you could use almost anything you want. So that's pretty close. Pretty close. So I'm going to lay this here and cut it, and I'm going to just do that off the camera just so that you don't have to watch me lay. This is the only thing I'm going to cut. And so I can actually get this cut pretty quickly without having to drag my whole machine over there. You just want to make sure you're going far enough, but not too far. If I didn't go quite far enough, that's probably better than going too far. Oh, I actually ended up, you can see where I cut it, ended up going into it just a tiny bit, but it's okay, it'll be fine. I'm going to just fold it, and you won't even see those little extra cuts right there at the edge. So now you can see where you're going to cut this right off. Okay, right there. And now you have your nice little pocket part. Okay, let me put my dies away, and then I'll assemble that pocket for you so you can see how that goes. That is so weird that I cannot find that Meandering Meadow. Very strange. All right. Oh, I haven't burnished this yet. Let's do it. I got a lot of Christmas shopping was done over the weekend because all of our kids live away, so I cannot believe how much it costs to mail things. I have, over the couple of years we've been here in Springfield, because there's so many great bargains to be had, I'll find something really fantastically good, great price. Now, I'm not going to have the same problem I did last time. I'm going to go ahead and just cut these little corners off just a tiny, tiny bit. And that will ease the putting that together. Okay. I mailed it, got my little package with all these bargains. Probably felt like I'd saved $50 in the purchasing of things here in Springfield instead of finding it online and having it mailed. Because, of course, when I have it mailed from almost any store I pick, I'm going to spend enough that I'll get free shipping and handling to any place in the continental United States. And then I would take those packages down to the mail center and end up, they charged me, they're charging me more than $50 to mail this stuff because it's a lot of stuff in a big box, and it's either heavy or bulky or whatever. But every time I've done it, I've lost a ton of money on the shipping and handling because it is so expensive. So I'm sorry, merchants, you need to get a grip on the postal service or something, because if you are going to have anything local, well, all of us people are having to order things online to be sent to people because we can't afford the shipping and handling. So anyway, I went ahead. What? My glue nib came right off there. Did you see that? one's getting old. That actually does unscrew. I've never refilled the glue bottle, but I guess you could. I always just buy a new glue bottle. We don't sell refills. I don't even think Tombow does. I've never seen a refill for this. All right. Anyway, I have had to take that lid off, though, to unclog it when I forget to close it up. Sometimes I do that. All right, now we are done with our little front piece. Isn't that cute? So cute. And then I'm going to put DSP here, and then this folds down, and voila, we've got that little front bit going. And then the back. Okay, we have this back piece with all of its little easel score lines done. So this one goes like that. And then there's a mountain fold. And then another valley fold. Okay, and then this one goes like this towards you, because the plain piece that you cut, you're going to glue that to this part, and you're going to glue this to this part, and that is your easel that's going to hold this together. Okay, but I'm going to use my boho blue because I want to have the daisy piece that has that the boho blue is going to look really good with that daisy bit. I think I might need a clip to clip this so that I know it's holding really good while I'm cutting my paper. Jeff and I are going to have to get down to the Gardens Aglow and look at those lights. This week is going to be warm and nice. Today is colder, he said. Jeff's my weatherman. Keeps track of these things for me. He said it was going to be warmer like at the end of the week, though. He's going to be doing some substitute teaching probably, but we will go one of these evenings when... Whether he's teaching or not, it won't matter because we won't have to stay out very long. If it's warmer, it'll be a lot nicer walking through the Gardens Aglow. It's so pretty. It's at the Nathaniel Green Gardens here. So pretty. We do it every year. And we're never disappointed because it's always going to be a little different, I suppose. I mean, some things look the same, but you know, the couple of years, well, I guess 3 years now that we've done it, there always seems to be something slightly different, so we've enjoyed it a lot anyway, just because it's a beautiful, beautiful place. If you do go, if you live here and you go, do be aware that in the Zen garden part, it's in the Japanese garden where they do it. In the Zen garden, they have permanent concrete benches set in the rock path, like right in the middle, because that park is closed at night every other time of the year. There's only this, month and a half that it's open, and it's lighted enough, but because there's so many other lights you're looking at, because it's Gardens Aglow, you can accidentally stumble onto those benches, and it really hurts. Now, with this piece is going to be all the way over to the edge. Okay, you might be wondering why it's not in the middle. It's because you need to put on your pencil. Okay, so your pencil needs to be on here. So we're going to stick that on, but I'm going to, let me check this out really quick. No, I don't need my paper there, although do I? I do. I'm going to use my DSP here, and I'm going to use it here. Okay, because my calendar is actually going to be here. Do I really want to do that? I'm thinking about it right now. Maybe I'll leave this blue. I think I will. I'll leave it blue. And then that way I will just, but this is where you get your two-tone. If you want to have dual colors, your easel could be a different color than this. I mean, there are some things you could do to change this up a bit. But it's such a simple little design. I really like it. It's one of my favorites. I think I'm running out of glue here. One year Jeff stumbled on those benches and got a really, was it just last year? I don't know, he must have gotten a pretty nasty bruise from it. So you do want to be careful. And it's not, like I said, it is lighted. It's not like they're trying to hurt people. It's lighted and everything, but it's just all the other brilliant lights you're gawking at. You just don't, you can put the pencil on either side. I'm gonna put it here just because that's how my brain works. I'm a left to right kind of person. Now, this, without these things, it would fold and go in a regular envelope, okay? But with these things on, you can see it adds a little bit of bulk. So when I have mailed these packages before, I have assembled a lot of it, but then kept these things unassembled so that they could do it. Ready? Do you remember that's how we did it? And you put it together and enjoyed it, I guess. These are the kinds of things, though, that are really nice little simple gifts to give your neighbors because they are so simple, they can just throw them away after they're done with them. It's not like they have to keep using it, but it actually is something you can keep using. You can keep making a new, I did for years with the one I made for me. I kept taking off the calendar and adding the new ones, and I'll show you how to do that. You just have tear off calendars. It's really easy to make. All right, so I'm just going to glue that on there now, and then we'll put our paper on and we'll be all set and ready to do the calendar. I didn't really even need my clips. I kind of managed to get that together without too much effort. Okay. Staying pretty good. All right, so there's our little calendar assembled. I'm going to move my Moody Mauve pieces, though. I don't want to lose these because I am going to put this together later with some other paper. Actually, I'm probably going to use that paper. So this is our Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper, and I wanted to use that. This is my favorite piece, I think, in this whole set. It's so cute. So, and I only need a tiny bit. So let's see what our measurements are going to be. We just need it to be, this is going to need to be 2 7/8 by 2. Approximately 2 7/8 by 2. So I'm not messing all of these up. I'm going to go ahead and just clip with scissors first. Just to get that out. I love this paper. I really like this copper clay background. And you can see this has this nice Moody Mauve brush strokes there. Okay, so I need it to be 2 inches across. So let's find the 2 inches because I want it to be these top 2 inches. I'm going to take off, first of all, this tiny little strip. It's a crooked strip because I just hand cut it. Straighten that out. And now I'm going to measure 2 inches and see where we get to. It's not too bad. So 2 inches. I think I'm going to go a tiny bit more. Let's go 2 1/8 and see how wide that is. That's not bad. I'm going to leave it at 2 1/8. It's a little large, but not too bad. And then, what did I say? I've forgotten already. I think it was 2 7/8 or, oops, that's centimeters. Well, actually, yeah, 2 7/8. And I think Now remember, the fold's going to be down here. So it probably doesn't matter which edge. Yes, it does. I want this edge on it. So 2 7/8. And then we'll just glue that right on there. That isn't quite big enough. I could have done it a little bit bigger, but it's not bad. Right there. Okay, and then your little flap is going to come down. Now, the reason I like this little flap is because you can put a little bow here. This is a great place to put a little tag to say your sentiment. And it can, you know, be one that's removable or not. If you think they're going to want to keep using the little calendar, you can make it so that it's removable. You take a clip and just clip it on. Very cute when you do that. Okay, so I do want the paper back here too. So I'm going to take my other one. Let's see if this one's big enough. I don't know if it is. Let's see. It's plenty big enough. Excellent. Of course, my favorite one would have to be in the middle of the page instead of at the edge. Okay, so this one we want to cut. I did 2 7/8 here, so I probably better do 2 7/8 there, although I can see why that's so short. It should have actually been like just under the 3 inches. We want it to be about 3 1/8 top to bottom. 3 1/8. So that's cutting off a fair bit. Let me straighten out my top. I'm double checking that. 3 1/8. All right, 3 1/8. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and cut it just a shade under the 3 inches this time. And that's going to be better width. Just a shade under that 3 inches is actually a better width. Now you want to glue this one on down, and you could have done it all the way across, of course. It would have looked fine that way too. But my pencil's going to be there, and it kind of looks better, I think, if you have, you know, have no paper there, but that's just my opinion. So you can do it however you want to. And I'm going to have to take I'm moving my Fancy Folds class to a regular monthly, because I have so many fancy folds that are fun to do, really fun to do. Just thought, I think I'm going to move my Fancy Folds to and boxes. So we're going to do, starting in January, we'll do 1 a month, the last Tuesday night of every month, of one or 2 little boxes and one fancy fold, or 1 box and 2 fancy folds. I'll switch it around, kind of depending on what the holiday that's coming up and all will be too, because it'll probably coordinate with that. And then and 1 card, just 1. And if that's too much to do, we might have to drop the card. We'll see. Sometimes these little boxes and fancy fold cards can take more time than you expect them to. Have you found that to be the case? I think we can do that in a super short amount of time, and then it ends up being way too long. Now, I could have glued that together there, and I didn't, but oh well. And I'm also thinking, do I really want DSP on here or not? I think I'm going to leave it off, but I do think it might look cute. That's a 1/2 inch, so if I am going to do it, I would want to cut it just a shade under that 1/2 inch. And see, it's not leaving me much of a design anyway. I don't think I like it on there. I'm going to leave it off. All right, and now to do the calendar part. So this is the part where I'm getting out my Days to Remember stamp set. So you can buy that. Again, anybody who buys $50 or more through me is going to be getting catalogs. And in January, we're getting a brand new mini catalog, and it's got, I think, some of the nicest things we've had in a long time in it. You want this catalog. It is so cool. There's tons of really great things in it. This paper is hard to get in. Unless I cut it, and I'm not really going to take the time to do that right now. So, all right, Days to Remember. You will be needing some cardstock, and I'm going to just get some white cardstock out. I want to show you how easy it is to stamp this set to get the months that you want. All right, so let's use, I think we'll go ahead and use Balmy Blue. Oh, I've already got some started for you. So you can use a sticky note if you want and just stamp it right on there. You can see that works. And then you'll already have it prepared and ready to, you could trim it if you want, glue it on there, and then it's already, attached to the top. But I'm going to show you how you can also make them yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp it, just stamp a couple on here. And let's turn it this way, and then that way I can do 2 months right here. So what you've got is this big note. We want to decide, first of all, you want to get your month cut or stamped. So let's stamp our month. We want January and February. Where are you? There you are. I'm trying to find this block that's going to work. The bigger ones, if you rock it, it's a little harder to do. Okay, so there's our January. There's our February. So I will be sending you a nice package of cards and maybe some embellishments, or maybe embellishments and no cards. Sometimes that happens. But you will definitely be getting a gift. And however much you spend, that's how much you get. You get more if you spend more. But in January, we are having Celebration is going to start up. And Celebration, is where you get $50 free things for every $50 you spend. So don't forget, that's coming up. So January, stamp this on here. Okay, and then we're going to do February, and I'm going to turn it around. Sure I got it good. I'm just using that boho blue. I love photopolymer stamps. Sometimes I do have to use a foam pad under them, but not usually, but sometimes I do. Other than that, I haven't really seen any issues with them, and they stick on the block really well. They don't get my block sticky. Your clean ones kind of do a little out. You have to clean your blocks once in a while when you're using the rubber clean ones. Okay, now decide which days of the week you want. I want the one that is the most used for me is the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I remember when I used the Monday one as the starter, I did use it. Probably one of the first ones, first times I used it. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I don't even know which date, how to stamp this, because I was all off. I didn't know I just don't work, my brain works Sunday to Saturday, not Monday to Sunday. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way your brain works. Okay, so I'm starting with mine as a Sunday first. You put that at the top, right under your month. Try to line it up so it's nice and straight. Oh, it's a little crooked, but I'm going to live with it. And I didn't probably do my month terribly straight. That's probably why it turned out crooked. So this is one of the flaws, I suppose, when you are making it. It might not be perfect. And then you've got your big number blocks. This is, oh, I do want this. Why am I putting it away? You want a big block. The big block. That's the skinny big block. Okay, now January. I have this here so I can see. Monday is number 1. This 2024. So I'm finding number 1. And then where my ink is going to start is actually going to be on the number 7, because I want my ink to begin here and to end here, because this is where my week is. Okay, if I was doing the Monday through Sunday version, my ink would start with the number 1 and would extend over, which means I'd have to come over to where? I'd actually have to start here. No, I'd be starting there and I'd have to extend it and I'd have to do something I'd have to do some extra stamping. So it actually is going to work out much better doing it this way anyway. All right, well, anyhow, before I confuse you anymore, I just want to make sure that when I stamp this, I've got my number 1 here with the Monday. And that is quite crooked. I can see it's like super crooked. I'm going to actually turn that over and do the January again, because that's pretty bad. I won't even use that one if I keep it. That was pretty bad. Let's try it again. Let's try to do it straight this time. This is why these grid lines are useful. If your stamp is fairly straight. There, much better. And my days of the week again, we'll try that a little bit better. Oops, don't do it crooked. Okay, I rocked it a tiny bit. Oh, well. And at least it's straight. I do think the straightness is going to be an important factor. Okay, so you're going to take your block, your ink pad. You want to be careful how you're inking it, because I don't want to ink any of this stuff. I just want to ink from number 1 over to my number 6. Okay, so I'm going to actually, it's going to fit. The part you want is going to fit right on your block, no matter, or your ink pad. These ink pads are perfectly sized for this stamp. It's quite the miracle. So just put it where you need your numbers. Don't go any further. Don't ink the background if you can help it, although I did. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I want the number 1 on the right under the Monday. Lining it up. Hopefully I'm not too crooked. Perfect. Didn't that work out nicely? Can you believe it? All right, I'm going to have to look on my phone and see what February looks like, because I don't think I have February done. I don't know if I have a February one. No, I did not do a February. I did a January thinking that's all I would need. But let me look at February and see what the first day of the week is on that one. All right, if I can find the calendar. All right, so we've got January, February is on a Thursday. Okay, so 1st of February is a Thursday. I'm going to keep my phone here for a minute. All right, so February. Oh, that one's crooked too. Wow, I'm going to have to try to do this crooked so I can get it right. We'll see. It's not going to really work out very well, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, so the number 1 and to the 3, that is 3 is Saturday, so I need this side to be here, and then I need the number 4 for the Sunday on the next week. Okay, so we'll just ink that up. Hope it inked good. And we will see. It looks like it did. Since I'm doing it so crooked. All right, perfect. It actually is perfect, even though it is crooked. All right, let me get my phone out of there because we don't need that now. And you can do all kinds of fun little decorations. The other thing you can do is you can, in February, if you have a birthday, you can mark your birthday. You've got all kinds of cute little stamps. You've got little heart, balloons you can stamp around the side. There it is. I love this set. This has really been one of my favorites all time. Okay, but I did not put these things in correctly. There's a heart. There is a little clover leaf and a star. So there's a few things there you can add. And if you've been stamping very long, you probably have a bunch of mini little stamps that you can use. Little candles would be nice. Okay. All right, so what you can do is, let's cut this. I'm going to have to try to cut it crooked since I kind of cut it. I'm going to try to straighten out my crookedness if I can. Not sure I'll be able to because I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it because my lines are crooked. I'm trying to measure it out here about there. Trying to straighten it out. And it kind of did. Okay, so we've got January. It's pretty good. It could be a little bit straightened out there. All right, now that is about as square as I can get it since I did do it all crooked. This one's pretty crooked also. Wow, look at you. All right, we'll start with the numbers. We'll line up those numbers right in the middle, trying to get them straight on my board. And then I'm going to use, that is too crooked. Let's try that again. That's a little better. It's still a bit crooked. You can see it when I line this up that it wasn't squared up. Well, when you stamp crooked, this is just kind of what happens. I'm going to push this down here and try to square that up a tiny bit more. All right. Wow, that's way off. way off. I'm going to have to cut my February off some there. This is one that if I was doing this, I would just redo it because that's not going to work for me. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you what you can do. Now you do want them to be the same size, so stamp them better than I did it. Then they'll go together better. But when you are done, I'm going to grab a piece of paper ones. Paper ones go better than cardstock, but it works the same principle. You just take all of your pieces that you have cut, whether you've cut them from, you know, a printout or whether you've bothered to do all of the stamping. Take some rubber cement, and then all you need to do, I'm not going to actually be using these probably. That one's not too bad, but I'm probably not going to use them, so I'm going to just put my rubber cement on here. Just pool a whole big glob of rubber cement. Big glob. And then all you do is you take your paper and stick it in there so all of those edges come down into it. And then just paper clip it, and so it stands up and dries, and then it stays together. That's what I've done with all of these. It stays together perfect, just enough to do what you want it to do, and then people can peel it off as they wish to. Okay, so normally that would look pretty good. This one's pretty weak, and since my month won't end with February, I won't put that on there. I'm going to have to do my own and do it again. Do it a little bit nicer, but I'm not going to make you observe all of that. So your little pen can go in there. Your little sticky pad, let me grab one. Can go right in there. Fits in there perfectly, doesn't it? Isn't that cute? And then after you've stamped your months, it fits right in there. It'll go behind it a little bit. Okay, you can do a little bit extra. If you don't put any paper on, you can make those months even a little bit larger. And but it fits the size for the Days to Remember stamp set just perfectly. So I love this one. It's a nice little holiday gift that you can give out to your neighbors. It's super, super easy to do and fun. So again, if you want those dimensions and you did not see them as I was doing them, you went, hi Sheila, it's nice to see you. Hope you are having a great day today. It is actually, message me and then I will get those to you if you missed them. It's sunny, it's nice. It's a good day to be outside, but today with my little cold, I'll just be staying inside, looking out there, thinking, wish I felt a little bit better, but I don't think I feel quite good enough. Maybe a walk. I might just go out for a walk in the park. I bet I can talk Jeff into walking me down there for a little while. Have a wonderful week. We have really only about a week and a half, 2 weeks at most to get those cards finished and mailed out for Christmas. So I'm sending you blessings to get that done so that you can get all of those finished and in the mail and to all of the people, because we do this stamping thing because it's fun, but because we want to bless people. And it is such a huge blessing to people. They love getting our cards. So thank you so much for joining me with this and making cards with me. And I will see you next week. Have a lovely day. Bye.